Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another yacht tour. Today we're going to be looking at this vessel behind me here. It's called Motor Yacht After You, formerly Quinta Essentia. And we're going to go on board right now, so let's go. Alright guys, as I always say, the taste of the vessels inside is very personal to the person who paid all the money to have it done that way, right? So even though you might think, you know, it's not to your taste, doesn't mean it's bad taste, right? It just means you don't like it. So just bear that in mind. I say that with all yachts. So without further ado, let's get on and do the tour. This is a 55-meter Heesen built in 2011. It was the largest Heesen ever built at the time. Obviously that's been taken over now by other vessels, but it was the largest ever built, one of the most powerful ever built, and has impressive top speed as well. Not so much why we're talking about it today. We're going to have a look around. 24 knots top speed, cruising speed of 14 knots, pretty impressive. Anyway, let's start having a look around. We've got a beach club here, and we're going to go up and walk through the whole boat. All right, we're starting on the beach club. It's a small one. Remember, it's a 55-meter boat, or 180 foot. It's actually quite incredible what they've managed to cram into this a vessel of this size. Beach club here. Like I said, small one. We've got water toys over here. This is a technical area, but one thing I wanted to show you in here, we're not going to be doing too much of the technical stuff on this boat. This is obviously a shell door here. This area here can be flooded, hence the wood on the floor here like this. They can flood this. The inflatables can be launched from here, but they flood it and then they can just sail them in and out. That's pretty cool. I think that's to save on there's no crane, so that's how they do it. Yeah, that's really interesting. You see the big hydraulic rams there to keep that door closed while they're underway. Anyway, and a big giant door there on the stern. That's a watertight door because it's obviously it's right here on the stern. Right, we'll head upstairs. Now, we've got a massive pool here. I say massive for, again, 55-meter vessel. It also has a waterfall in this vessel. I featured this boat many years ago, maybe 2017. This thing up here, it looks like maybe a TV comes out of it, but it's not. It's actually a water stream, and it can come out and go into the water there. And this pool can be heated. It's a heated pool. Can be heated up to 40 degrees, whatever floats your boat, right? Okay, so the main deck aft area, a seating area in the shade, you know, sitting here entertaining with your pool as well, like I said. Just know there's a lot of people around. It's a public viewing day, so it's not going to be like some of the videos that we do where we're on our own. So let's go into the main salon. We've got the hydraulic doors there letting us in. This is a really, really nice space. Look at this. We've got a service area here, a bar. Now, this vessel has been completely refit since it was Quinta Essentia. Basically, the only things left is a day head and some of the darker coloured marble on the floors, and that's it. Everything else is new, which is quite incredible. So that's a massive refit. So effectively, it's kind of like a new boat in terms of the decor. So inside here, I'll see if this is open. Yes, it is. Bottles of wine. The previous owner, the original owner, I don't know whether these are left over. I think they might be, because the previous owner designed this, the colour of the boat when it was red, designed it based on his love of Tuscan wines and I think it's Merlot wine as well. So he did that specifically for that reason. Which is something that I think might be left over. As you can see over here, he's got massive bottles of wine. I've never seen a bottle of wine so big. Probably you don't notice until I put my hand in there. Now I would say this is a very modern, casual design. I'm not a design expert by any stretch of the imagination. If you saw the way I dress, you would understand what I'm talking about. Very relaxing, like a home, you know, like a home at sea instead of a ship, so to speak. Obviously, there's a lot of noise going on. Hopefully YouTube won't get upset. There's music playing everywhere. There's a huge television there as well. The door on the port side there, that goes through into a crew area, I believe. So we won't be going in there. Notice also there are two doors that open out onto small balconies. One over there, which I think is not a walk-through area. No, it's not. So if we go over and have a look, it's a private area. No, it is a walk-through. Sorry. Doing this yacht a little blind. We can press the button on the door here. The door will open out, and you can go out onto the deck. It's a big space for a yacht of this size. Apparently this deck, this flooring here is something that was left over from the original owner. We've got an elevator, guest elevator, which is very unusual for a 55-meter yacht, 180 feet, like I said. We're going to go through into one of, well, there's two cabins down here. We've got the VIP cabin, which is here. Lovely VIP. It's not one of those massive beds where you can get 14 people in it because it's a 55-meter yacht, but I would say it's big enough for 2 people. And then in here, we've got a very, very modern bathroom. All right, so we'll leave the VIP. We're going into the master cabin for the owner. Absolutely huge cabin. I keep saying it's a 55-meter like it's a tiny boat, but you know, just based on the fact that it is a 55, this is extraordinary, the size of this cabin. And it's a full beam cabin, which means it goes from one side of the vessel to the other. As you can see here, you can see there's windows on both sides. You can go out completely private. There is no walkway there. People can't walk by. You're not going to have crew walking by if you've got the windows open, or the curtains open, should I say. Full size, massive bed. You can, you know, have 7 dwarfs in it. And yeah, it's quite incredible in this space. Right next to the bed here, some of the features that you are pretty standard. You have look at that, that's wireless charging. Let's just check if that's wireless charging. I'm pretty certain it is. Yep, wireless charging. So you just put your phone there. You don't have to have any sort of gadget there. And then you've got an iPad stuck to the wall, which will have all of his, it's probably just a straight in. Oh no, it's not. So you swipe up, oh, it's locked. That's weird. But anyway, you have an iPad there, which will be for all the controls in the cabin, but you've also got switches there. I think that's Lutron, looks familiar. Plug socket, and then all the switches, so you can open curtains and, you know, and turn on lights and all that kind of stuff. So pretty standard on a yacht, although I say that like it's nothing, but it's still very nice. So you don't have to get out of bed to close all the curtains, turn the lights off, etc. In here we've got the owner's bathroom with a massive bath in there. That's an original bath, I believe. The owner's office is a private office. So you need to do some work, you can go and sit in there. Big heavy doors as well on these rooms, so if you close it, there's no noise. Completely isolated from that room. Now there was music playing in there as well. All right, so I can't get over the size of this space. It's incredible. One of the things I love here, I'm walking on the hard marble right now, and then you walk into the room and then it's just seamless. You transition straight into this carpet, which is absolutely stunning. It probably doesn't come across on the camera that well, but it's absolutely beautiful. Under the feet, you know, obviously I'm not wearing any shoes, so you feel all of these transitions as you walk through the boat, and you walk between wood and between carpet and between marble. Like I said, very busy yacht today. We'll go downstairs, we'll have a look. We'll have a look downstairs. I'm trying to avoid other people who are on tours. Very loud people. So come downstairs. This is all guest. This is pretty standard on a yacht to have the guest cabins on the lower deck from the main deck. We've got one of them here. This is a 5-cabin yacht in general. 5-cabin yacht in general, but you can extend it if you need the space. One of the interesting things about this cabin, this is like the other cabin upstairs, they call it the main VIP, but this one is like it's like a second VIP. It's actually 2 cabins in one. Well, it's mainly 1 cabin, but it can be made into 2 cabins if you need the extra space. Never seen that before on a yacht. That has basically where I'm stood right now. There's a sliding door. You can see well, let's see, that right there. That is the frameway for the door to come out. So if you want to have extra people in, you can put them in here, which is really unique, I think. I don't think I've seen that on any other vessel. And that couch, that folds out into a bed. So that's quite unusual. You don't see it. So there's obviously both of these cabins have got bathrooms. So there's a bathroom there, and then there's a bathroom here for this one. So, you know, you're not going to get caught out, have to share bathrooms or something. So we'll leave out the second cabin, and then we've got a couple more cabins. We've got another double in here, same sort of design throughout. There's no surprises, you know. TV on the wall there, and then another bathroom through there. So in here, this guest cabin has a bathtub in it, which is pretty rare. Even on large yachts, you don't generally see bathtubs in guest cabins. Only usually the owner has a bathtub. Same sort of controls. Like I said, there's an iPad on the wall, and the same sort of controls there for turning on lights and things like that. And a leather-bound lamp, which of course you needed to be wrapped in leather, right? And then one more cabin, one more guest cabin in here. This is a twin. Same thing with the wireless charging everywhere. That you can tell how modern it is. That they've got that. I've never actually seen that on even other modern yachts that I've looked at. I've never seen wireless charging just placed on the desk like that. We'll go up to the next deck. I think this is bridge deck. Yes, it is. Again, with I'm not sure about the glass things, not from a design point of view, from a looking straight through like I'm going to fall a few flights of stairs. That doesn't appeal to me. A day head there, and then we've got this is a crew pantry, and you can see the iPad there on the side. So they've got control of all of the stuff. That's where the music's playing from. Got a mechanical dumbwaiter in the bulkhead there. It's a working area, so it's, you know, coffee machine on the left, and then we'll go through onto the bridge. Now this is a nice big bridge for a yacht of this size. Everything seems to be for a yacht bigger than it is, you know. Lots of headroom. I'm 6'3" or 108, 190. Look, that's how high up it is. There's plenty of headroom in here. You could get the Harlem Globetrotters in here, and they won't have to duck. So yeah, very spacious bridge. Seating area here, which the captain can use in the mornings, or to have briefings with his officers, or he can sit and chat to people. Owner can even come in, sit here, whether at sea if he wants to chat to the captain. And then you've got an integrated bridge, MTU engines. I can see the little MTU sign there. So, but I think it's a Sperry Marine. I'm not sure if that is right actually. But anyway, integrated bridge. Then you've got all your multifunctional displays. You can see they've got CCTV on one. You've got Actis and ARPA, and then you've got your for all of your tanks and alarms and all that kind of stuff. This will be a slave to the one in the engine room most likely, and then a blank screen probably for the radar, which is switched off. There's another one there on standby. You'll have 2 radars in general. So, and then lots of stuff. Autopilot, bow thruster control here, searchlight controls, obviously throttles. Yeah, it's all built in. It's kind of unusual. This is a bit like the Furuno bridge that I saw earlier that I was saying I've never seen on a yacht, and here's one right now. And this, I don't know how new this is, whether this was put in 2011 or if it's been retrofitted. I don't think so. But having said that, that manual control there for the radar, that's obviously been put there temporarily. Maybe they've got a fault with one of the radars and they've had to put in a different unit. That happened to a yacht I was on once. We couldn't get the actual unit, so we had to put a different radar antenna on there, and we needed a different controller. So that's quite possible. But anyway, lovely sized bridge. Whoops, almost fell over the chair. Kind of unusual to have such a reflective material on the bridge here. I'm not sure what that's like with reflecting lights from outside and stuff at night. Not that you'll get many lights shining in from outside if you're at sea, but you know, from other parts of the vessel. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I think I'd rather have it matte if it was me, but I'm sure it works okay. Right, we'll go from the bridge out onto the forward deck working area. There's also obviously space for people to sit, guests, owner to sit. Another one of those tables up and down and put it together, keep it separate. And then we've got obviously 4 of these sea-doos out here. Now, I initially thought they'd just put them here for the show, but this is actually where they live. So they say when they're underway, they're here, but as soon as they get to where they're going, they launch them over the side, and then they're able to have this space then free. Go onto the bow here, we've got a full working area. You can see we've got a rib there, it's probably the crew rib. And a couple of inflatable things here, deflated. I think that's probably one of those things they hang off the back of the stern with a, you know, it's like an outside inflatable parking garage for the sea-doos. And then you've got, this is how they launch those sea-doos. I couldn't find it for a second when I was walking around earlier, but there's a huge crane there so they can launch them and launch anything else over the side. Uh-oh, people in here. Busy yacht today. Again, we've got that transition there as you walk through from the marble onto the carpet. It's so nice because the marble's obviously quite cold and the carpet is lovely and warm. Self-playing piano, because why not, you know? And another very modern, relaxing space. Now we've got here a dining area. This is really, really nice. There's some lovely wood on the floor as well. Again, the transition from the carpet onto wood, but you really feel it when you're not wearing shoes. So it's lovely, lovely wood. There's probably a story to that wood, but I don't have it. Massive table here. Now this table, you can actually, it's like a jigsaw puzzle. You can actually make it smaller, more intimate, or bigger if you want to. If you've got lots of guests, or if you're fighting with your wife and you want it to sit further away, you can make it larger and just stick her on the other side, so you don't have to talk to her. We go from there out onto the aft deck. This is a shaded area. There are some canopies up there that you can take down if you want some sun, and if you just want to have it in the shade, if you've been sunbathing upstairs all day, you can just put those up and have some shade. Really nice. And then you've got a bar area. There's lots of bar areas on this boat. The previous guy was a big connoisseur of wine. I don't know whether that's left over from him or whether these have been added since, but working area here, lots of fridges and stuff. Crazy amount of people on board today. Go up to the next deck. This is a spa, I think. Fitness and spa. Woohoo! Really, really nice. So if you wanted to get some sun up here, this table you can push together to make one table. It can also goes up and down as well. And then there's another service area here, see? So, but these doors will let you in. They're on automatic right now. But you've got a gym. I was really surprised to see this. Again, the whole deck is dedicated to, I was going to say health and safety then, but I meant health and welfare. So you've got a day head there. Massage room with it looks like there's a window there that you can open that up and get some light in there as well. And then you've got this area, post-workout area apparently. This is you can chill out here and watch something on the screen there. But I've actually forgotten a couple of spots. So if I back up a little bit and we go to the left, port side, we've got sauna I love the way they've used the LED lights in there. That's really nice. And then next to it, I think this is a hammam or a steam room. Oh, these doors are really, really heavy. Whoa. Yeah. So you got that as well. So you can go in there after your workout. Obviously that day head there, it's not just a day head, it's a bathroom as well. It's got a shower in it. From the recovery area, if you're not quite recovered, you can go out here. The door opens, there we go. And we can go out and we can get in the jacuzzi. And there's a couple of drinks there waiting for me. Yeah, so there you go. That's really, really nice. Really nice space. Very private up here as well. If you're the owner, there's no deckhands are gonna come walking along any deck because it's a dead end. So yeah, really nice place to be, right? We're heading back now through the main salon. I just noticed that wood, continuation of that wood theme with the carpet. I love the way it transitions from wood to carpet to marble completely without any sort of border around the edge, which is always so nice. So when you're in the areas, when you're walking by fast, you can walk on the wood and then you can go into the carpet. It's just so nice. It sounds like a small detail, but it's much better when you're here in person and you feel it with your bare feet or with your socked feet. I'm going to wrap this video up here. It was a bit of a whirlwind tour. It's super, super busy today. Every member of the crew is walking people around, even the captain. So it's full on. I wasn't able to go into the crew areas or the engine room, unfortunately, but time, it just ran out. I've been on here an hour and a half, even though I'm trying to rush it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to relax. I'm going to have a bottle of champagne. Just kidding. As if they would give me a bottle of champagne. But I'm standing here. I was going to finish on the transom, which is what I normally do, but there were people down there talking, so I came up here to get a little bit of peace. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in purchasing this vessel, because obviously it's for sale, you can contact TWW Yachts. They are brokers for it. I'll put the link and all the details in the description if you're interested in that. It's absolutely stunning vessel, completely changed in the refit. It's like a new vessel. So yeah. Really, really nice. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Be sure to like and all that jazz, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.